Hey everyone, either welcome back or welcome to my channel. And in today's video, I want to talk about some of the things that those of us with IIH don't like to have said to them. So before I get into any more details, time for the intro. Back in 2018, I was diagnosed with IIH. IIH is short for idiopathic intracranial hypertension. In short, in IIH, there's an increased intracranial pressure without a known cause. IIH is known by two older names, pseudotumor cerebri and benign intracranial hypertension. Living with IIH is very hard to explain to others, as it can be hard to tell when I'm not feeling well. My hope is that through these videos we can learn together and help make relationships better through a better understanding. I also hope to provide people living with IIH a community so they never feel like they are alone with this condition. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell down below so that you get updated about further videos. I upload new content every Monday and Thursday afternoon. Living with this condition over the past, 2 years technically in September, so it's been about a year and a half or so, almost a year and a half officially. I've heard a lot of things that from others that you really shouldn't say to somebody with IIH. So I want to go over a few of those and explain why, because I think this is an important part of communication with those of us who have the condition, and it allows those of you who have IIH to share this with your friends and family, to say like, this is why I don't like to hear this. Can you please not say these things to me? I have two main ones that I want to go over. The first one is telling someone that it's all in their head. Now, I personally haven't had this happen. I actually make the joke myself all the time. Oh, it's just all in my head. And it's because I use dark humor as a coping mechanism. I actually thrive off of dark humor. And it's a little bit different coming from somebody who has IIH than it is coming from somebody who doesn't. So for those of us who have IIH, we don't want to hear our family saying this to us, especially when we're actually experiencing symptoms. Like, feel free to laugh if we ever make this as a joke, and trust me, I do it all the time. And so I want you guys to laugh if I ever make this joke, because it is pretty dark, but it's all in our head makes it seem like we're making everything up. It's not a very supportive thing to tell somebody with IIH. We want to have it known that people who are around us are supporting us. We want to have it known that you do understand what's going on in the best way that you can. I'm a little bit more lenient with this because I think people just don't understand what's going on. They're not able to experience everything themselves. They're not able to really see when you're not feeling well. Like, you don't really look sick. And that also plays into the whole it's all in your head thing, but don't ever say this to somebody with IIH, because it is making it seem like you do think they're making it up, or you're not actually showing that you do care. It's very, very hard to get others to take us seriously, because one day it may look like, you're fairly normal. You're going out and doing things, you're going and participating in society. People who can work generally just push through it if they can. And we don't like to spend the entire time complaining about, oh, we don't feel well today, because, it's just, if we did that, it would be all the time. And that's just not helpful for anyone. And also, it makes you sound like you're constantly complaining. If we're out in public, it generally means that we're having a good day. This isn't always a good rule of thumb, though, because there are some times when you just have to get things done. You don't have a choice. And so the only way to get things done is to push through it. Unless you have a very, very good support system that you can rely on somebody else helping you out to do those things. But unfortunately, not everything can be done by others. So this next one is, and I actually had this happen to me too, and it made me really, really angry. And that was Oh, I had a headache too last week. I just took some Advil and it went away. Please don't ever say this to somebody with IIH. Keep in mind that somebody with IIH is going to tell you this is the worst headache they've ever experienced in their life. An Advil, Tylenol, whatever is not going to help at all with these headaches. IIH is way more than a headache. So there's visual symptoms that come along with it. There's often pain. I just talked about that last week with the pain I get in my arms and legs when I'm feeling at my worst. It feels like a total body experience when you're experiencing an IIH headache. So I had pain from my head down to my calf muscles. So my arms will be sore, my head will be really, really, really throbbing. The best way that I like to explain these headaches is it's like your head is trying to give birth to your brain out the back of your neck. So you've got really, really sore neck muscles, you've got really, really painful headaches. I often get lower back pain as well. I don't really get my whole back sore, but my lower back really, really seems to bother me when I'm experiencing my worst symptoms. These headaches, for me, last hours to days. It's really, really important that those of us around us, like, we're often gonna say we have a headache, and to be honest, the term headache really doesn't describe it all that well, because headaches can be from minor to really, really severe. And in this case, it's very, very severe. Picture the worst headache you've ever experienced and probably times it by a multitude of 100 to 1,000. I don't know because I've never experienced what you guys had for headaches. But if you've ever had a really, really intense headache where you're not able to tolerate any type of light, you're not able to tolerate any type of sound, then you're probably able to have a little bit more compassion for those people with IIH, because when we're experiencing a very, very severe headache with IIH, at least I know that I have trouble using my devices. I have trouble really doing anything except for lying in bed and trying to almost breathe my way through the situation is generally how I deal with that. There comes a point where it's very, very hard to concentrate on really anything. With kind of the more average everyday feeling that I have with IIH, you get so used to it after a while that it can appear that we look fairly normal. But remember that generally, probably we are experiencing some pain, we just don't want to talk about it. Let me know in the comments down below if there's some other ones that you guys have heard that you want me to address and explain why people shouldn't say this. I think it's extremely important that we address these common misconceptions because it will make communication a lot better. If you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. And as for now, that's it for today. Bye, everyone.